नारायणैति नामिने श्रीकृष्ण लीला कथाने सुधाक्षमौरार्य माधुर्य गुणैश्च युक्तं वरं वरेण्यं पूजमानं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि कृदण्डीनां भक्तशिरोमणि च श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जोदयकवरि चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं तं सततं प्रपद्ये नमामि नारायणपादपङ्कजं करोमि नारायणपूजनं सदा वदामि नारायणनाम निर्मलं स्मरामि नारायणतत्त्वमव्ययम् जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Let me offer millions of obeisance to the feet of the Gurudev, who found the Guru Varga, Nama, Nishta, Santa, Vipada, and the Sobhikana, Poti Dandavat. All present as teacher Vaishnava, Pitava, Dandavat, Pranam. Vancha, Kalpatarubhyasya, Krupa, Sindhubhyeva cha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. So today is 20th. November. Today is a new moon day. Jagat Bandhu Bhakti Ranjan Prabhu Tirobhav. Then 23rd Sunday is present is Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj birthday. 26th is Jagannath Odam Shashti. Meaning in Jagannath Puri, they will start dressing Jagannath with a warm clothes, you know. And 28th is Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Maharaj appearance day. Then Madhusudan Das Babaji Maharaj is appearance day. First December is Gita Jayanti, Mokshada Ekadasi. Then 4th December is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's celebration. Anukampit, Bhakti Pradip Tirthavas. Then 8th is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day. 13th is Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj appearance day and Srila Gurudev's disappearance day. So this is what it is. The other day we talked about the Bhagavad Gita, uh, different levels of teaching. Uh, Today the question and answer before that, Bhagavad Gita is like a foundation, foundation. 12 cantos, Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 story. Each story is like a canto. nine canto, first foundation, nine floors, 10th floor, on the 11th and 12th. Right? So 10th floor is all pastimes of Krishna. Then up to 9, 11 and 12. In the 10th floor, you have 90 pujas, like 90 chapters. In that five, uh, Rasa Panchadhyaya is like a life force. Like we have five prana, uh, pancha prana. Pancha prana meaning different parts in Ayurveda they describe. Breathing is only air we are breathing in. There is one, one air. But then another four movements and all that. Um, so this is like a five force living one, but it appear in it exists like in a five form. Panchatattva. No, Supreme Lord, although is one, but he also appears as five tattva. Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Tavakaya Maya Bhakta Sarupakam. So, foundation is important. But in the essence of Bhagavatam is also there in Bhagavatam. But you have to hear from a proper guide. So in that, one is like ordinary teaching, where we should need a midline, not too much, too low. Then we are not this body, or not right. Then you have the right for the work, but not the fruits of the work. Uh, then it talks about the secret little Buddha. uh, This is Brahma Jnana, all pervading. He is everywhere. This is very difficult to understand, but we can understand. Without air, we cannot live anywhere. You know? But we cannot feel, we cannot see the air through our the present senses, you which is confined to uh, visible spectrum of the electromagnetic spectrum, visible spectrum, very narrow. So in that we cannot perceive presence of air. But we know without air we cannot survive. But it is perceivable in a different level. uh, Electron microscope or wind blowing indirectly. Directly, indirectly we can perceive. Our senses will not pick up. So same way the satta, Satchit Ananda, Sat existence uh, is, I think, Brahman. Right? He is everywhere. But that is not ultimate. That is limited to this world, created world. So, in other words, directly, actually directly, see, this is the thing, tough thing, language problem. But the ashray is the supporting. Lord is supporting the entire creation, everything, invisibly through Brahma. Brahma, yeah. you know, is all providing. So, so that is one level. Um, is also sukshma because it's not visible. And in that, there is a chara and akshara to Purusha Tattva. Chara is like the one, like we are bound, we are controlled, we are being bound by the material, three modes of material nature. Whereas the Akshara Purusha, who is not bound by that, he actually controls that. We have a chance, we can get, like we can forget our Swarupa when we are controlled by the Maya. The Akshara Purusha, you will never get control. He is controlling the Maya. Another name is Bhuttastha. In one form, he is all the time. And he has three effulgences. One is Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So in this Srishti, in this creation, even though he is all pervading existence in Rupa, but he has a quality quite opposite to this world. So those jnanis, seeking of knowledge, for them this Brahma is worshipable. That's why these jnanis close their eyes and then meditate, like something like that. Then more secret is Paramatma. Yeah, more secret. For like yogis, within the heart. This Brahma Jnana is very difficult to achieve because not visible. Or without form. We are used to everything form, without form. So it's a difficult process. So Gihatara, more secret, that is the bhakti. Vihatam, Vihatam. And the Sarva Gihatama is like uh, the highest, Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Manmanobhava Madbhakto Madhya Mami Vaishadi Satyam Pratijano Priyosti Me. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, if you cannot offer your mind and your heart to me, you become my devotee. If you cannot do those both, you worship me. If you cannot do that, at least you do namaskar, pranam to me. Huh? So, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा महाराज नमस्ते प्रणाम
प्रणाम। तो हम क्लास में है, बाद में फोन करो।
ओके ओके सर
ठीक है, ठीक
ठीक है महाराज
हरे
प्रणाम
कृष्ण। So these five. Lord is very, very merciful kind. And our Gurudev talks about so many examples. If we have to have something special in our heart, if we cannot offer ourselves, our heart. But if Krishna comes and steals, there is nothing like that. So we have to have something special which will attract him, which he wants to grab. You know. So that kind of. So the highest is uh, uh, like that. We have to make Krishna greedy. Ah, to taste something. No. So through our Guru Parampara, they're all, uh, yeah, they can help us. They have that special. They can inject us a special uh, flavor that it will attract Krishna. Um, that's why this bhakti foremost, even a shadow. Without a shadow, even nothing works. And bhakti must be there, some passionate. Because the whole creation is around it. So we नायमात्म प्रवचनेन लभ्यो न मेदय न बहुना श्रुतेन यमैवेश वृणुते तेन लभ्यस्तस्यैव आत्मा विवृणुते तम्. See this one, by our own effort, getting bhakti is good. Because bhakti is actually coming from the spiritual world. Now, product, no, it is not a product of this world. Because it is something amazing. Uh, we cannot get that by too much hearing, uh, too much intelligence, uh, too much giving pravachan like that. uh. So, to whom Krishna wants to bestow, and his devotees, we have it coming from the spiritual world. If they like, he can give us. Otherwise, it cannot be manufactured or is not available on the material platform. So, um, you have to receive it from whom one who has this bhakti. Yeah, it will attract all attractive. And, so it's very, very, that's why the whole creation actually doubted toward that process. This creation, whole creation is meant to make us understand, realize after so many billions of lifetime going up and down and up and down, you have to, this bhakti. So that's why if you have a chance to progress in bhakti and get bhakti, we should stop everything and focus on this timing, this bhakti, the bhakti, Raja Prem. So there's no two words on this. Mm. The more we realize that everything is designed for that. That's why we should not worry about, favorable, unfavorable, that person is good, that person is bad, like that. You have to stand above that. So that's why finding fault. If you try to find fault in others or anything, you are actually finding fault in Krishna. You know, you are finding fault. Now we can progress. If we are really surrendered to Gurudev, huh, and so he will make impossible possible, possible impossible. So win-win situation. Otherwise, we will be lose all the time. So many examples like that. On technology, right? Mm. So we will go maybe in more detail next Saturday. Now, because it's our question and answers session. Any questions? Guru Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Sri Krishna Lila Katana Sudaksham Audārya Madhurya Gunaiశ్చ Yuktam Varam Varenyam Puruషamantam Narayanam Tam Sirasa Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromani Shri Krishna Pada Jyudai Kaudi Chaitanya Lilam Parasaram Satatam Papadya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Many devotees have asked about the yogurt recipe you mentioned before during Kartik. I took note, but not sure if I have included everything correctly since there was some Indian ingredient. Mentioned. Instruction. Grind some flaxseed powder, then put them on yogurt along with some black pepper, cumin seed or powder, turmeric. One must have yogurt within 15 minutes after offering to the Lord. So this is called like flaxseed buttermilk or flaxseed yogurt, something like that. Buttermilk milk, flaxseed buttermilk. Now the way you have to make it, you have 1 cup of yogurt. Huh? 1 cup, like 50 ml, 100 ml, something like that. 100 ml maybe. Huh? Yogurt ready. And then take 2 teaspoons of flaxseed. Uh, you know, online class. ಅವನತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. Uh, 2 teaspoons of flaxseed. Uh, then you take 2 teaspoons of flaxseed, then you grind it at that time, not before. Not before. Just you take fresh in the morning time. Okay, empty stomach, you have to take. Empty stomach, morning time. So 2 teaspoons of flaxseed, you grind it. Then you add 1 cup of yogurt to that mixing. Huh? Then maybe then half a teaspoon of turmeric, pure turmeric. Okay, half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is very important thing. Turmeric, black pepper, half a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. 2 teaspoon of flaxseed, grind it. 1 cup of yogurt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of turmeric, pure. Huh? Then um, half a teaspoon of mantia. Mantia, fenugreek, I think. Um, Fenugreek, Mantia, right? Fenugreek, half a teaspoon, right? Um, Turmeric, black pepper, fenugreek, half teaspoon. And then the check, is cinnamon, cinnamon powder. These you can have made it before, that's okay. Cinnamon, black pepper, turmeric, and then fenugreek, these four. And then these four must, half a teaspoon. Then if you want additionally, you add uh, jeera. Jeera is what? English. Jeera.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Gurudev.
Yeah.
Cumin.
Oh, cumin. Cumin, half a teaspoon. And then half a teaspoon of salt, like Himalayan pink salt, if you like for taste. So these six things, I think. Black pepper, then fenugreek, haldi, then the cinnamon, cumin, and then salt. So these things. huh? Then uh, buttermilk, yogurt, yogurt. You make yogurt only, yogurt only. Not buttermilk or milk, yogurt. So this has proven even for cancer, and it will rejuvenate all the cells in your body. It has omega 3, omega 6 fatty acid, unsaturated. And once you mix it, all these things, um, flaxseed, 2 spoons. You have to grind it at that time. This is very important. Not before. Of course, you cannot do afterwards. Okay. Before. And then 1 cup of yogurt. And then these six things. Uh, Already turmeric, black pepper, fenugreek, cinnamon, uh, cumin, and then salt. These things. Right. Six things. Mix it and then offer it to the Lord. And within 15 minutes, if you take it, is very ideal. Huh? It is ideal. So this is actually very amazing. Um, Hernia, heart problems, BP, cholesterol, uh, cancer, so many things. Very amazing. And after half an hour, you don't take anything. Afterwards, you can take some breakfast, fruits, or something like that. So this I'm doing it. I'm doing it every day. Not, except Ekadasi. And Dwadasi also I don't get to do. But if you like, you can take it on Dwadasi also. Uh, Better avoid it on Ekadasi. This is very beneficial in so many ways. Haladi in the turmeric is very powerful. But to you get this power, you need black pepper and the fenugreek, menthia, and the checker also, cinnamon. So easy to make. So any other question? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Recently, I heard from one of my friends who is a school teacher that kids these days are exposed to a number of objectionable adult content through friends, TV, social media, mobile, etc., which can pollute their mind and make it unfit for Bhagavad Gita. These kinds of pictures and content is present everywhere except our spiritual environment. This is very concerning. How can we prevent the kids from getting into these kinds of things or get attracted to these things and help them lead a good and spiritual life? This is a really serious problem. Now, I will send you one link. I think everybody should watch. you know, uh, the effect on especially children, even adults also. What happens is, um, uh, you Let me get that if I can do it. It's very, very important, the um, I will forward this. Huh? You can see, I found it. What it is it creates certain chemical uh, things in our body. When see when children are first time seeing, okay, things exposed to video or something, uh, it gets locked up, and what it is it will have a very bad, impressions. You know. So now it is there. You see the main thing is first you should know the effect, you know, and also on us. See, it is not that only children are affected. Youth also. If you see something it should not be seen or something, there's four regulative principle. That's why the four regulative principle is very, very essential. It's like Bhagavad Gita we are talking about foundation for the spirit. Srimad Bhagavatam is laid on the foundation of Bhagavad Gita. It should be strong, you know. Same way, the spiritual life foundation is four regulative principles, four regulative. You have to follow compulsory, you know. So, um, because dharma, personality dharma has four legs. Same way, adharma also has four legs, you know, adharma, huh? Irreligious thing. So you will destroy each one leg, meat eating, it will destroy your, cleanliness. But also the compassion, passion. Uh, you have to, so these four regulative principles. So if you to turn on the video screen, your four regulative principles is gone. So and mind is, so this is a really problem. Now what is this? So that's why you cannot win. Okay. I will, I will make my child not to see video or, or TV or mobile. Impossible. Can you sit with the child 24 hours, 365 days? You go crazy. And the child has to come with other children, school. It is illegal. You cannot put put up your children in a room locked up all the time. Okay. So practical. So they will get exposed, you know, because you don't have time to look after, all the time. How much you can protect. So it doesn't mean that you don't protect it. Okay, you control the content, whatever is possible. But then there is so much you can do. That's why best thing is you have the immunity. You bring up the child from the day one or before even appearance of the child, even before pregnancy. Okay. So way behind. You know. You plan, you make your lifestyle such a way that their immunity will be on top. Then these things will come and they will, it seems like they might get affected, but gradually Krishna will protect them. See, we need to seek Krishna's protection in this situation. On our own strength, no, we will doomed to fail. How to get Krishna's protection? How to please, if you please Krishna, no? So pleasing Krishna, how to please Krishna? See, Radharani asked this question. Radharani was asked, "Oh Radhe, you are so dear to Krishna. You have captured him. You have, you have put Krishna in your pocket." Ah, okay. So, so how to please him? How to get him on our side? That's why this poor thing Krishna is saying. You offer your mind and heart to me. We have offered it to Maya. Okay. We have offered it to Maya in the form of parents, children, wife, husband, you see this is so on and all that. Or the country, government, company, whatever. So then he says, you become my devotee. Then you worship me. At least you offer Dandavat Pranam to me. So become my devotee. You know, that's concept become my devotee. Devotee meaning what? You have to do Ekadasi, Nam Japa, and take prasadam. And to some extent, sadhu sangha. You know. So, uh, so this from the beginning, even before conception of child, if you do it, uh, your immunity will be very high. And if the child is made to follow Ekadasi inside the mother's womb, in other words, if the mother does Ekadasi, baby also will be doing Ekadasi. Okay? If the mother is following Ekadasi, child also will be following Ekadasi. Internal that thing. Huh? Uh, so it gets its protection from the day one. So, and Ekadasi will protect you. Then prasadam. Okay. So Ekadasi, if we do, we become very dear to Krishna. Not just dear, most dear. Not most, foremost, foremost dear to Krishna. If you follow Ekadasi. You know. You might ask a question, are you crazy? Yeah, keep telling this all the time. No, I'm not crazy. Okay, I may be crazy. But the thing is, it is proven case. Many of you have experience, and we also have thousands of experiences. Why? This is true. Shastra is telling, and you can experience it. Huh? So there is no doubt about it. But the question is why? Why it is so uh, dear to Krishna? Why we become very, very dear to Krishna? Most dear, topmost dear. Simple. See, suppose you have a son or a daughter. I think I told you this, I will repeat it. You have a son or a daughter who is going to the college. They will ask you, Oh, mommy, papa, daddy, I'm going to the college. No, bus, train is very difficult. I need a vehicle. So you say no. Somehow you manage. You make a loan or borrow or your own money, something. You are lovable child. You have affection for the child, for your son or a daughter, and they you will provide a husband and wife or father and mother provide a vehicle for your son or a daughter, right? After giving that vehicle, you think you keep quiet. You are going to watch him, isn't it? Watch him or her. How he or she maintaining the car? Are they going to give regular checkup, maintenance? Is it not? If they are doing it, maintenance, regular checkup and all that, for those expenses will be there. You think your son or a daughter giving that, bearing that expenses? No, you are bearing the expenses of maintaining the vehicle, right? And they have to take care of it. Huh? So if they do nicely taking care of that vehicle, your the parents will be happy or unhappy. They will be happy, is it not? But suppose if the son or the daughter does not make maintain the vehicle, they throw this way, no maintenance, no, don't care. Then you feel pain, is it not? Right? It's obvious, right? Okay. Same way, Krishna has given this body. This is a body, this is a vehicle for us. This is a vehicle for us. This body is a vehicle, male, female, whatever, right? Okay. For what? For taking us to this, crossing over this ocean of material, thing. To reach him is the only best vehicle, human form of life. He has given us, and we have to maintain it. We have to service it because there is no moving part. Moving part meaning there is no nut and bolt, uh, moving this and that. Some moving parts are there, a little bit of movement, art, beats, you know, and some movement, like that. Anyway, but the no, other nut bolt opening, all that. It is complete system. He has given this machine, instrument, Gadi, vehicle. So we have to service it. We have to maintain it. And we cannot do service. Krishna says, I will do it on the day of Ekadasi. You cannot do service. There is no service station for this body. You go and admit yourself and then da 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 da. No, no. Because there is no nut and bolt, open, I clean, and that. See? So, Supreme Lord has designed it. And he says, I know how to maintain it, how to service it. Just like a baby, just born baby, say 1 week baby. You think if you ask that baby, go and take a bath inside, clean inside, outside, put on a new clothes and come back, can the baby do? 1 week baby. She cannot understand, cannot understand. He cannot walk. Helpless, most helpless. Same way we are also helpless. Krishna, that's why he says, you are all like babies. He cannot do. I will come and do the service on day of Ekadasi. I put a timetable. There is no charges for this. Service is free. One condition, you must cooperate with me during that time. Because when you are cleansing, maintaining, doing service, you cannot use it. Any machine, not anything. Okay. Suppose mixie is there. We were talking about mixing. When you are maintaining, cleansing, can you use it? No. Vehicle, you are giving a service, you cannot use it. You have to tolerate it. You have to wait. You know. So same way, Krishna says, on the day of Ekadasi, I am doing service, cleansing. Both inside and outside. Both software and hardware. Software, hardware. I'm cleansing it, cleaning it. You cooperate, meaning don't use it. Don't engage in other activities. You only think of me. Chant my name. During that process, chant my name. Don't have any activities. Don't, because I'm cleansing. While cleansing, you cannot use it. Even the mind also. Don't argue this and that. See, this is why it is. Thinking of Krishna. Then you can do more best cleaning. Isn't that? If less disturbances need, more cleansing, cleaning. No? So if he does that, then what happens? He'll be pleased. Will be most pleased. Just like the ordinary parents. If they maintain the vehicle that you gave to your son or a daughter, and you are paying for their service, he will be happy. Same way God will be happy. Oh, he's cooperating with me. He's thinking of me. So he will do best job, hardware and software. See? Then, see, cleansing is done. Then we get the mercy of the Lord. Then this material vibration, the thing we are talking about, TV, social media, mobile, friends, whatever this objectionable, adult content, all these things will not influence too much on the baby or the one who is doing ekam. He will go through, but he will not influence. Otherwise, it will be carried away like a flood. One scene, it will be carried away by flood. Ooh, he will get lost. The person will see, but it will not make that impact. Carried away. You know, and if you start doing, we Ekasi, what it makes is it start making us disconnection from this world. Less attachment to this world. Understand? Attachment to this body. I'm this body. So as soon as you have that attachment on this body, then you get attracted to this material thing, enjoying. Oh, I'm the enjoyer. So you forget Krishna. You start getting, the bhaya, fear, fear, you know, because you're identifying with something is temporary, this world. So that way you can build up the immunity. Okay, ekadasi. And then Nam Japa. More you do Nam Japa, then your mind will not go crazy. Okay. The buddhi, or intelligence becomes strong. See, buddhi, intelligence is in our favor. Mind is our enemy. Try to understand. Mind is our enemy. And the mind controls our senses. Understand? If you make the mind subservient to the buddhi, intelligence, then you will be saved. You will not be there. If the intelligence is controlling, then the mind can go there, but it will not be dragged. It will not be dragged by this objectionable adult content, whatever, right? It will not be, carried over. So then Nam Japa, Ekasi Nam Japa goes together. Then the prasadam, okay, prasadam. Actually, prasadam, like we told you, it has a tree effect. Okay, the most gross comes out as like fiber, you know, uh, you know, fiber, excretion. Right. The second component makes our blood, protein, skin, bone, like that. Third component is most important. Is the food for our our chetana, uh, and the words we speak, and through our mind. So mind, it is our, is in mode of ignorance or passion. Is material, okay, is Maya, very powerful tool in the Maya. So, and if you give this tamasic, rajasic, mode of ignorance, passion, food, it becomes more, it will go crazy, you cannot control it, go crazy. So, you should be given sattvic, vishuddha, transcendental, you know, uh, food, prasadam. See, prasadam is not goodness, it is beyond goodness, mode of goodness, beyond mode of goodness. Food is prasadam, offered it to the Lord. You know. Mode of goodness is okay, but it is not perfect. Even then, it will be dragged. Okay. So, more, beyond mode of goodness, that is prasadam. If you take that, then what the mind becomes very truth more. It will not jump and up and down. And then the intelligence can easily control it. You know, like I was always giving example this way. If it is like imagine this is going this way. You know, mind, how Krishna will attract. You know. If it is peaceful, then so Radharani will help us, Hare Krishna chanting. And Prasadam also. Prasadam is also manifestation of Radharani. Right? How? Prasadam is manifestation of Radharani. How? See, for Tulasi, what did we say? Mahaprasada Janani, mother of Mahaprasad. Tulasi Devi. Without Tulasi. And who is Tulsi? Yogamaya. Special manifestation of Yogamaya. Yogamaya is actual manifestation of Radha. Right? So, Mahaprasad. What happens is our mind becomes subdued. It will not go crazy. Ah, it will come under control of intelligence, spiritual intelligence. It comes under. So automatically the senses also come under control. Yeah. Senses automatically get controlled. The mind is get controlled. So, and then our Chetana Shakti, not Prana, Chetana, consciousness, from like, 5 levels of consciousness. Uh, Achadita, covered consciousness. Covered consciousness like is a stone, plants like covered. And covered. The stones also have some consciousness, plants, trees, they have consciousness. So not that much. That's why the consciousness is covered, meaning they have no senses. Like the trees, like the stone doesn't have a brain or a nervous system, right? Trees also, plants also doesn't have a nervous system or a brain. So it's a covered consciousness. Still they have consciousness. Then contracted consciousness, animals, monkeys, bird, this one. Uh, Birds, covered, contracted. Then the budding, blooming, just fully bloom consciousness, 3 levels. The second kind may be uh, maybe like atheistic, maybe, or, or following rules, but it's atheistic, which is of no use. So then the sadhakas and the pure devotee. So it comes up to the sadhakas. You know. So taking Mahaprasad will take us to that. Sankuchita Mukulita, Vikasita, Vikasita, Mukulita, Vikasita, Purna Vikasita, completely open, Purna, pure devotee. So Mukulita, Vikasita, budding, like like sadhana. So then what happens is our mind becomes soothed and it is guided by the intelligence, bhakti towards. It will not, go crazy, And the words we speak will be sattvic, vishuddha, you know. Words. You will not get bad words. And the mind also becomes full. So these three effects of the prasad. Then you will get immunity. So from these objectionable video, audio, everything, uh, like the mind will not get focused on that. Like suppose you are seeing some scene. If the mind is not focusing on that, then what? Your eyes cannot do anything. It will not get registered. It's going through mind. It will not get registered. So, see, Krishna says, Prahlad Maharaj also says, who is our most, who is responsible for our suffering and happiness? Who is responsible for our suffering and happiness? Okay. Not the other people, not the even mobile or TV. Many extent they are not. All the planets. Oh, I have a very bad Saturn. In India, they say Shani, Shani Prabhava. I mean, no, that's not the main. Not the other living entities or these grahas, planets, or the time factor, or the karma. One's own karma is not actually responsible. Don't think I'm crazy. Bhagavatam says this. then, uh, then who is the responsible for our suffering and our happiness? Suffering and happiness is our uncontrolled, misguided mind. Nothing else. Uncontrolled, misguided mind. Prahlad Maharaj says Bhagavatam. And many incidences. huh? Now, uncontrolled, misguided mind is what creates the karma. Understand? Karma is not the primary cause for our suffering. Karma is created by our mind, misguided, control. That's why the mind. Avanti Brahmana case also like that. So now if the mind becomes like Vishuddha, taking prasadam, hearing the holy name, doing ekadasi, your immunity is so high. The child's immunity will be so high. And then you don't have to worry about it. Of course, you have to make sure that your child will not get into this, you know, crazy thing situation. But but you can be assured that sooner or later, you have the laid the foundation. Understand, laid the foundation. Foundation is strong. What you build upon, you know, it will not be shaken apart. Foundation will not be shaken. If the foundation is, shaking, then what he can do? Anything he built will be fallen. So spiritual foundation, you know, doing Ekadasi, Lord's chanting, Nam Japa, Ekadasi, then Prasadam, Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is also important for the children. So, good Sadhu Sangha, So Sadhu Sangha, what happens? Their intelligence becomes very strong. In Sadhu Sangha, your mind becomes weak. Okay. You know, it will lose the grip. You know. Uh, so it's very, very beneficial. And hearing the holy name from the pure devotees. You know. Even one name you hear, that's it. You it will make life successful. Lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha, sadhu sangha, sarva shastra. Lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi. From sadhu sangha. So these things will we can you know, uh, and of course we have to be careful about the foods also. You know, so mode of goodness, especially prasadam. Okay, but in the name of prasadam, you have to be careful. Okay, sugar, carrot, ah, okay, those are forbidden items. Refined oil, you know, uh, you know, some fruits also, apple, dragon fruit. These are things we should avoid. uh, uh, So, like that, we can pretty much. Otherwise, controlling the environment out of control. The example given is like a lotus, the dirty water. Water is there. You know, you cannot- but the dirt will not touch it. You know, come on, the lotus, it is in the dirt, but it is growing, but it will not affect. It will not stick to it. So, like that, these things will make us non-sticking. Ah, you know, uh, awesome. So this is what to do. I'll send you the video. Huh? Uh, it is not only couple of minutes, I think. As soon as the class is over, I'll send it. So you can hear and then see. This is real, okay? These impressions creating, these chemicals and mind and all that is very, very. Not only children, youth also. Youth also should avoid. Okay, you should not think, oh, I'm a, you and I can control. No, no, don't think that. Maya is so powerful. You know, Maya has a lot of powerful weapons in her hand. Ah, okay. You know, mobile, TV. Ah, Mobile are really it is so dangerous. Uh, Even physically, people don't understand. Suppose you read mobile, when you buy a mobile, you sign it, right? Nobody reads it. What are the conditions? Fine printing. You read it, then you don't touch that actually. But nobody reads it. This is just to having this mobile is so dangerous. Okay, I'm not talking about seeing. Okay, seeing is a different level. Seeing is a different level of very bad. Okay, bad. So, but it can also be used for the good. For reading, coming in touch with the devotees. So it has benefit. But at the same time, equally bad. So what to do? It has good and another bad. So you have to uh, harmonize, meaning you have to choose it. You know, uh, that needs strong mind again. No matter what it is, you need a strong intelligence, not mind. Strong intelligence, controlled and directed mind, properly directed, spiritually directed mind, controlled, and under anugatya of buddhi. So then you can take a relief. So that's why children from the day before even conception, you have to follow it. It's not their sadhusam, prasadam. This thing. So I hope we covered these things in this picture. I'll send you that thing picture. Any other question? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare. For conditioned jivas who became devotees, could they reach prema in this body, or they must shed their body and then go to the spiritual world to achieve Krishna prema? Or could the devotees stay on earth, still have Krishna prema, but serve in spiritual form in his or consciousness? Jai Shri Gurudev. Or the steps for growth of bhakti, Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he lays down. Adho Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivrutti Nishtha Ruchi Asakti Bhava Prema. And in Prema there is different levels. Uh, Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, uh, Raga, Anuraga, Madana, like that, very altogether from Prem start. So in this world, you can go up to in this body, uh, normally speaking, normally speaking, this body. As a sadhaka, we are all sadhakas, meaning what? We are conditioned living entities. We are getting out of this condition, baddha. So we go through cleansing, through sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, through this devotional practice. Devotional practice meaning all those things that we discussed. Uh, so all those things, regulative principles, ekasi, nam japas, all these things. So anartha nivrutti, these cleansing, many lifetimes. Then nishta ruchi, asakti, bhava, up to bhava. So bhava is also very, meaning very powerful. Meaning is not ordinary. Bhava. There are 9 levels of this thing. The feeling, bhava, like um, Madhurya Kadambini. Huh? So in the bhava itself, we feel, but once you reach bhava, that then you are all right. You are, uh, even though there is a chance of, these offenses like that, but you are pretty much, So if you want to reach prema, you have to leave this body, sukshma deha, subtle body, gross body. Uh, Generally speaking, exceptional. So when shanti, when you are in the bhava, these are the symptoms. You have, even though consciousness might get disturbed, there is a chance, there's a reason, but you don't get disturbed. They are rooted. Then you we don't waste time, no, in mundane things. Immediately, no. Bhagavad Bhajana. So, avyartha kala. We use our time for the thinking of Krishna, sir, chanting. We not interested, seeing this mundane, WhatsApp or this news and this, very little, you don't, you feel embarrassed like that. Then, even though you are disturbed, you don't get disturbed. Because then why is that you are not getting disturbed? You are not identifying with your subtle body. You are not identifying with your body or the ro- subtle body. You are in this world, but you are not having attachment to things of this world. You know. So then you become peaceful. This is what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. He says, uh, Prasannatma, na sochasi na kamshati. Krishna says, Arjuna asking Krishna, hey Keshava, Samadhi, one who is in Samadhi, that Sthira Buddhi one, very mm, grounded, intelligent person. What are the qualities? He says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na sochati na kamshati, samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti lavate param. He is, he is very satisfied, he is pleased. Okay, you don't see him crazy, this, he is always pleased. Why is that? Because this Prakrit Gunamaya Sukshma, this this mundane, subtle body, okay, mind, intelligence, buddhi, false ego, this false ego. We are far away from it, not identified. Mind, intelligence, false ego, no, not identify. Then you will be pleased, you will be very happy. The disturbances will come when we identify with ourselves, this subtle body. You know. Then na sochati, you will not worried about uh, see things of this world is going to be destroyed today, tomorrow, day after. It is not anything you take. Nothing is permanent. Everything is bound to be get destroyed. Isn't it? Suppose you build a house, nice. Oh, spend you know 200,000, 250,000 dollars, or whatever. Like how long it will be there? Not forever. Your car also 10 years, 5 years, then it becomes old, janky. You know. So it's not old. So that's why this person who's in the Baba does not worry about, oh no, oh my body is getting old, I look hard to do makeup and then car, or the car, very bad. Old, householdness. You know, you like, see, the Miss Universe, okay. To this year Miss Universe, next year they don't care. All right. But the soul is always Miss Universe, everyone's. Okay. Every soul, every living entity is actually Miss Universe. They are very beautiful, but we don't know. Yeah, that's why we are craving for to be called as beauty. We are actually inherently beautiful, uniquely beautiful. Every living entity is uniquely beautiful. Okay, there is no, uh, you know, uh, like bad-looking soul. Soul is always beautiful. Okay? You get Miss Universe, every one of us. So that's why this, if you are not worried about, not attached to the things of this world, then you will not feel anything. That's what. That's the one who is in Baba is like that. Nakankshat, and he has no desires other than pleasing the Lord. So because we have no desire for the mundane, samsaric, uh, things of this world. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu, just like a boy, small baby, he's seeing everybody equal. One is strong, one is weak, you know, weak. Because we are not attached to this body, or the mind. Mad bhakti, and attain bhakti, desire to do bhakti. Bhakti is only the desire will be how to attain bhakti, how do I do service to Krishna, Vaishnavas, you know. So this is so that is up to this body. So even that is a very rare. Okay, don't think that oh this and even if you get to that. even asakti, they are pretty good. Of course, the offenses you have to be careful. Can uproot even bhava. So that's why that very powerful sadhasanga. And then chanting. And Amanina Manadena. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's these four, okay, in all stages is applicable. Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Tadena. Trunadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishnana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. See, that includes all these things. Giving respect. Trunadapi Suni, lower than, feeling lower than the blade of grass. When we out of this understanding, this mind and body, understand? We're not identifying with our mind and body. Dehabhimana, Shunya. Dehabhimana, Shunya. Then we don't feel, we feel lower than a blade of grass. We have to lower than. Dehabhimana is not there. Runadapi Sunichena. Deha, Tarodapi Sai. Tarodapi Saishnu. Tolerance, more tolerance. Because we are not appear, not attend Dehabhimana. We will be more tolerant. Tolerance. Amanina Manadina. Giving respect to all others, without expecting any respect for us. Because we are not of this world, they know they have imana, identifying with our body and the mind. Hmm. Then Kirtaniya Sadhana, always chanting Krishna. Always, always. So we are not giving any room for offenses. No room for offenses. So be in an environment where you'll be taken care of. So that is uh, now our Gurudev is telling that you don't go directly to spiritual world. We take birth in like Prakat Leela, this world. When very high, that is very, I mean, the process is like that. So Prakat Leela, where Krishna appears, like in Vrindavan, on this material world. Krishna, he take birth in the Vrindavan. There we got a lot of chances. And maybe Prakat Leela, Krishna also appears. And with the association, you know, um, we develop, our love becomes very, like uh, thick, very thick, huh? Very thick, very thick. So like that, once it gets purified with that, then eh, Krishna will take us to the spiritual. So, and when we shed like gopis, they gave up. I mean, any kinds of napara, any kinds of family attachment, uh, even mundane rules, regulations, dharma, they sacrifice. for pleasing Krishna. We go against, gopis went against the prescription of Krishna, Vedas, you understand? Like the wife, she cannot disobey, cannot disobey, husbands. Yeah, no. Eh, But the thing is, Yogamaya arranged it such a way that husbands were not feeling pinch of it. She is so expert. She maintained his body like another gopi. And they did not feel separation. So, but their feeling was there. So, then Manishunata, Virakti, then Ashabandha. You know, in all the situation, we have the faith that Krishna will protect us. You know, he will be merciful to us. You know, that faith. Samat Kun. We have greed to attain that. Then we get taste in Harinam. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Taste it there, with love. Then we take attachment or asakti in glorifying the Lord with names, pastimes, and all. And then we like to reside in our deep Vrindavan, you know. So why? So that we will not be influenced by the previous question, right? Previous question. Material vibration, this, that. But in Vrindavan also same thing is there. you know. So you cannot escape. But the environment is such a way that it will not, you know. Uh, so that's, but it is a mixed thing. You have to be ready to go and stay in Vrindavan. Not that you'll go and then think you go there without proper qualification. Then it might do the other way around. You start doing offenses to the Dham offenses. Then Seva offenses. Then Vaishnava aparadha, Nama aparadha. See, you have to be careful. Uh, so these things are there. Any other question? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. The scriptures always say, bathing in a certain place, chant the holy name, observe ekas, etc., would help wash away all sins immediately or grant bhakti immediately. Yet still we are here and have not attained Krishna Prema yet. Why is that? Why is that? Because is it because the scripture meant to say all sins in one lifetime instead of all sins from all of previous lifetime? That this lifetime Yeah, yes. See, the Shastra says Namabhas, one Namabhas. Not that one Namabhas will wipe out all your sins, not only this life, previous lives also. One Namabhas. Semblance of holy name. We're not talking pure holy name. Semblance. Many incidences are there. Like I was telling about Janak Maharaj. One time, Janak Maharaj, great devotee, Krishna, Ram, was in the forest doing sadhana. Then one aeroplane came. He said, please come, we want to take you to spiritual world. So he got into the airplane. This did not go to spiritual world. He went to Yama, hellish planet, Yamaloka. So Yamaloka is not one of the 14 planets. Understand? It's a separate part, you know, not one of the 14. So there you go. He had not landed. Then the wind is blowing. When he's landing, wind is blowing that from that. People are suffering. Hellish planet. This is no less than a hellish planet. Okay. Dukkalaya Mashashvatam. Kalaya. House of suffering. Mashashvata temple. So there is more suffering. Only suffering. And the difference is you are here, you cut off your hand like that, only a few minutes later you will die. Artery blood will go out, every pump of the every heartbeat, blood is coming, arterial blood will die. But in the Yamalok, you don't die. Okay. More suffering, always. But the wind from that makes them cool, refreshed, and the happiness. Oh, and they're telling, oh Mahabhagava, hey Mahatma, oh great one, we don't know who we are, but don't go away. Don't go away. Don't leave us. We are suffering too much. Huh? So we are suffering too much, don't go away. So then the plane came down. As soon as it came down, they were all very happy. Oh, sadhu, sadhu, don't leave us, don't leave us, don't leave us. They're crying from the bottom of the heart because always suffering. And when they get their relief, you see what I'm saying? Suppose you are immersed, no, water, okay? How long you can stay there? You want fresh air, is it not? You want to breathe. You cannot breathe water, you die. And you don't want to die. See, there's something is there. So you want to have breathe. If you are given $1 million when you are pushed underwater, you like $1 million? No. You want the air to breathe. Understand? Only matters is air. Yeah, I want to breathe. You put all your strength to come out, isn't it? So, like that, we want only bhakti, love towards Krishna, seva to Krishna, nothing else. Then Krishna will. So anyway, so like that, when they got the break from that plane landing, they felt presence of the Janaka Maharaj, created such a thing. This is what it is. Meeting a holy person, great devotee, huh? Pure devotee, influence. Then meantime, Yama came. Yama said, "What are you doing here? Don't come here inside. You just go back to spiritual world." Ah, you know. Then you go back to please, please. You don't need to come. You are in a wrong place. You will not be allowed inside Yamaloka. You should go away. Then Janak Maharaj saying, "No, how can I go back? I see all these people are crying. They don't want me to go anywhere. You know, Paradukka Dukhi. I'm not unhappy, but I seeing all these people unhappy makes me unhappy. And they are saying, be here, we will be happy. So how can I go? How can I make these people unhappy? So no, no, no. That's why if you want me to go to spiritual world, you also send all of these people along with me. Then only I will go. See, then Yamaraj is saying, I cannot do that. But he can do. How? Yamaraj is telling Janaka Maharaj, you can take all the people in the hellish planet to spiritual world. How? He says, you chanted one pure name. You offer that one pure name to all of these people, not one, to all the people, just one pure name. Oh, he was very happy. So he make a sankalpa, I'm offering one pure name, chanted pure name to all these people. And boom, so many planes came from the spiritual world. They all went back to spiritual world. Can you imagine? That is the power of the pure name. One pure name. That's why the shadow, one pure shadow, you know, Nama Abhas, semblance of the holy name is enough to wipe out all our sins of many, many lifetimes. All the lifetimes. This is Shastra. Okay. Now your question is uh, why we are not feeling that way. You see, because it's not that the scripture is saying this one life or many, many lifetimes, all the life. There is not much, see, there is not much sin that cannot be committed, that cannot wipe out one holy name of the Lord. Understand? Holy name alone is enough to wipe out all the sins of this entire world, everyone. You understand? So powerful. So, but we don't feel, that way. That's why, like we were telling, Krishna is very tricky. One, there's two stages. One where the attained love for the Lord. You know. Then what he will do is he will he will give a little bit and then disappears. Then Krishna is what? Even for pure devotees, okay, he disappears. Why is that? He says, so that what happens? Like gopis, they are crying, they are reciting Gopi Gita, they are falling. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I want, he want, you know. Yanti for darshan, darshan. They are more attached, they are more chanting, they are more singing, they are more glorifying the Lord than in his presence. You understand? And Krishna is invisibly here, he is also hearing. He is also more satisfied. That's why he disappears. So one who doesn't have that prema yet, What it shows is he will not show you. Then what he will do? He will start crying. No, Krishna is not showing me any mercy at all. See on me. I have to do this. Say like this. Asha Bandha, meaning we know Krishna will definitely show mercy. Mercy will not give me a money. But somehow I'm not feeling his mercy at all. See, I'm not feeling the mercy of him, but we have the faith that he is going to show mercy sooner or later. But right now we are not feeling mercy. We feel bad. Oh, this, that. In that process, what happens is we will not do extra sins, understand? We'll not come to attachment to things of this world. We get rejected. Oh, no, I should be more. I should strongly chant holy name. I want to attract the attention of Krishna, Krishna. So we make progress in bhakti. In other words, Krishna, by not showing us up, not showing the mercy on us, is protecting our bhakti. Try to understand. In either case, he is increasing our, bhakti or protecting our bhakti. You know, so we don't fall down. Otherwise, we take it for granted. Oh, Krishna came. Oh, let me enjoy this. That. See, understand? So that's why Krishna is very, very intelligent. He's always, he has more desire. See, try to understand this. Krishna has more desire that we become devotees. We come to him more than we desire. See, we might have some desire, say 10%, 1% maybe. Okay. Suppose we have 1% of desire of going to Krishna. Krishna has 100%. Oh, when he or she will come to me, will become my devotee, purely. He has more desire. Yeah, very less. So then, there is no fault in it. Ashtadosha Bhagavatam, he has no fault in it, in any state. He is very kind, very merciful, so merciful, so magnanimous. So even though he is Anantakoti Brahmana Nayaka, but still he cares for every individual soul. You know, even though he's still, you just have to give, pray to Krishna. Some or the other thing, some or the other thing. Then you see impossible things happen. So we have to have that faith that Krishna, whom he has given up, Pandavas. See, remember Kunti, Draupadi, Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur, Jadabharata. you know. So to increase our, to make our strong sadhana bhakti. See, sadhana bhakti, we are sadhana kriya. We are cleansing state. We are not even sadhana bhaktas. Sadhana bhakta is good, second grade of Vaishnava. You know, the uh, Madhyama adhikari is sadhaka. One who is sadhaka, madhyama adhikari. As the Shastra says, where love for Krishna, uh, prema, maitri, krupa, upeksha. With other devotees, have friendship. Krupa, upeksha. He shows mercy on the who are to be shown. And upeksha, he neglects non-devotees like that. He is sadhaka. So we have to come to the middle thing. Then we'll be called as sadhaka. So, but it's not impossible. It is possible by mercy. It's possible by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Trunada Pisunichena, Saroda Pisaikina, Manina, Manadena, Kirtanya, Sandhara. So, uh, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dandavad pranam.